WNBA now, people
Their
are betting.
children. Oh yeah, I know. The
Caitlin
WNBA.
Clark.
Yeah.
Look at the bit. I know. We care about
big parlay.
women's sports.
I don't think we care. I think we just found something else to argue about. I don't
Right.
think anyone's really watching these games for the love of the sport.
Hell no.
It's just so we can disagree with Shannon Sharp. and
Yeah, I
yell
kind
about
of
it.
feel like too, even, and this could just be me. Like my daughter's, like when she was playing for Iowa, like we were watching it, loving it. Caitlin Clark, and my daughter loved it. Whatever because of the hype of it all. But now she's like not watching the WNBA because she's not scoring 50 a game.
Yeah,
she's a
not.
very good player.
Yeah.
but she's not like she's not like LeBron as a woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that is transferring with Caitlin and Angel Reese and this new generation of women's players. I think it's transferring a bit. But I just think that the fact that it's the WNBA and then the NBA is such a gap between the two leagues that people are not, they expect the WNBA to just all of a sudden wake up tomorrow and it's on the level of the NBA. And that's not going to happen.
No, the NBA didn't get, most professional sports leagues didn't get like that. Like, all these leagues, the ABA almost beat out the NBA. Nobody cared about the NFL until it, merged. So it's like, you're right. It takes time. The problem is though, I think with the WNBA is now, now it's different, but back in the day, it wasn't men that weren't watching, it was women that weren't watching. The women were not watching. The women were preferring the NBA. So it's like, you can't make someone just want to watch something if it's not entertaining to them. This is entertaining to people now. And I think a lot of the drama is good for the game. And I kind of personally think the WNBA themselves are fueling the drama themselves. It's like what SNL does. They'll make like some, controversial writer or thing. And it's like, it's all in-house shit. So you watch the show. It's all like, we're all pawns, so it's like, I don't even know. I would not even be surprised if they have, kind of said for Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark to create this beef or hype it up a little bit.
For sure.
Or, I bet you there's like a ghost writer on the WNBA, Twitter feed, just tweeting at these people, making them mad and then making the rivalry more real. I would not be surprised. It's showmanship.
Yeah, it's entertainment, it's money. I just think that it's good to see players like Caitlin and Angel, Asia Wilson, who's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Those type of players, I think they are doing their part, but I do think the fans need to do more.
Yeah.
People talk about the WNBA level, and I ask people, how many WNBA games have you been to?
Right.
Most people have never been to a WNBA game.
Yeah. I went to one. I didn't even know the Liberty were playing at the Barclays Center. I thought they were still playing at the Garden. I had no idea.
Exactly.
What the hell was going on?
Yeah.
Remember when they played at Radio City that year?
I do remember that, yeah.
Yeah,
For a whole year or just a game?
I think it was a game.
I mean, maybe it was just a game.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
I
crazy.
wasn't paying attention.
They've tried. Listen, they've done things around the WNBA to try to give it that allure. It just hasn't transferred. But what Caitlin is doing, obviously, on a media level, there's more coverage now. Obviously, they just had to switch one of the games to a big arena 2 weeks ago. Sold out. It was like 20,000 tickets. So obviously, players like that are doing their part. But I just think that they just have so much farther to go. They have to pay the women more too.
Right.
Well,
when is the first trans woman coming to play? Like a trans swimmer? When is the first trans woman
that's
coming?
That's going to change the game.
It better be next year's draft. If you want to get the WNBA to the next level, you need to get a trans woman like Leah Thomas on the swim team. You need to get her out there against Caitlin Clark. And then I think it'll start to take off.
Brittany Griner's pretty much there.
But she's
born
a woman.
She was born. I'm talking about. I want to see
the only place I'd want the transgender shit to happen with sports.
Get them in there.
WNBA should get the ass.
Somebody gets dunked on hard.
Yeah.
So
hard. Like nuts in their face.
Post-op nuts on your head.
Yeah.
Your post-op.
Yeah. Imagine that, getting a post-op fucking teabag.
Well, with the rules, they could still have the equipment there.
No. I want somebody with a post-op pussy coming in there. But diesel, like you got testosterone through your veins, buddy. But you are full post-op and you are putting it on people. I want one of your stitches to break open in these girls' eyes. That's what I want. And then we'll start watching for real. Yeah. Obviously, I'm kidding, but it's also like, you're going to watch.
It's like Joanna Man.
Yeah. Yeah. If Leah Thomas, the Penn swimmer, male.
Greatest of all time.
If that was swimming, we don't care about as even when Michael Phelps was doing it, you care about it for a hot second. Swimming's not that big of a sport here. But if that was the WNBA, it would be nuts. Imagine you had somebody like Dame Lillard levels talent.
Yeah.
Just coming out like imagine Dame Lillard was like, I'm trans. And then immediately in the WNBA, what would you do?
I think the
Buy a
closest,
ticket.
the
Yeah,
closest
seriously,
we,
I'd be in there front row, hard,
the closest we
rock hard.
had, but the times weren't right, was Dwight Howard. If Dwight got drafted as a rookie right now, I think we may have some hope where he would transition. And go
Is he
to-
trans?
He was
Dwight?
just gay. He's not
he's just-
trans.
Oh, Dwight Howard's gay.
But I think if he was in a more open environment, he would have explored that. He was hiding being gay for like 20 years.
Make no mistake, there's somebody right now alive that's going to happen in the next 5 years that is transitioning. That is a unbelievable basketball player that will be worthy of the WNBA.
Oh, for
That
sure.
will happen. It's not.
Oh, yeah.
It's not. It's statistically impossible.
You mean
it
they'll
won't happen.
get to the WNBA without people actually knowing that they're trans?
No, I mean they're going to be open trans.
You can
They're
be
going to
open.
play on a women's basketball team, like
Mhm.
Leah Thomas was on a women's swim team,
Yeah.
and they are going to be drafted into the WNBA.
It'll
That's
happen.
what will happen.
It definitely will.
Because you can't, because the rules have changed. You can't, if Leah Thomas did it in Penn,
Yeah.
University of Pennsylvania, you can play on the women's basketball team, of course.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. Controversial. It's just the world we live in.
Well, it's funny you say that because you kind of can't avoid it because there are always such touch point moments on like a high school collegiate level. Like I saw this video of this transgender woman running an open 400, smoked all the other girls, but the time would have been dead last in the men's heat, but she
Yeah.
ended up winning by like a landslide in the open
course.
4. And you can see in the faces of the other women competing like this is fucking nonsense. It's
Mhm.
like jacked and like 3 times their size.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
But it's like in sports that kind of like to your point, fringe on popularity. As soon as this shit happens in like basketball, it's over.
Oh, yeah.
That's when the real war.
As soon as people start liking it,
yeah,
it'll definitely switch over. Because I think that person will ball out and get more ratings than Caitlin Clark ever got.
Of course. They'll break
course.
every record Caitlin Clark ever had.
Yeah. So it'll happen. Did you
Yeah.
guys see the WNBA Nike commercial that came out, I think last night or 2 nights ago, of the janitor having to clean up the arenas now?
What? Because everyone's
'Cause-
tampons
'cause-
are falling out?
They cycle together.
I'm kidding.
They're teammates. It's a janitor now that has to do his job, and how upset he is because people are going to WNBA games now.
Mr. Earl.
Mr. Earl's a funny name.
That's a janitor.
Sabrina triple-doubled my workload.
You know they focus group Mr. Earl too.
Oh, yeah.
10 white people decided his name for sure.
Yeah.
Asia wins back-to-back chips.
I love a left-handed woman.
Jules
Yeah.
scored 28
She keeps you on your
yesterday.
toes.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
Joel drains another 3.
And don't get me started.
So what's this?
on
He's saying women are messy?
No, he's saying that he never had to clean the arena before.
And now
Because
it's
no
more
one went to
popular.
games.
Yeah.
Y'all say it's a good time for women's basketball.
It's bad for Mr. Earl.
I say it's a bad time for Mr. Earl. Real bad.
Oh, I love when a group full of white execs get together in a conference room,
I
put
like
together a commercial.
I kind of like it.
I like that
I
commercial.
like Mr. Earl.
Yeah.
You think he'll get a spinoff? Like this will be a series?
Hey, that'd be dope.
Mr. Earl's gonna get his own shoe for sure.
Oh, yeah.
His
Well,
own
Sabrina
janitor
Ionescu has her own shoe, right? That are kind of
Yeah.
dope,
Yeah.
right? That's going to start happening now. Guys are going to start rocking like a WNBA women's
I had
sneaker.
the Cheryl Swoops
And you like them.
when they
That's
came.
the thing
Yeah.
with
They was
shoes or
Team
shoes.
Jordan. Yeah,
Like,
I had the
Yeah.
Cheryl Swoops for sure.
What'd
Yeah.
you match him with?
I mean,
You
they
put together
they
with
was
the
team-
swoops.
They was Team Jordan, so it was,
Oh,
it was
okay.
a Jordan sneaker.
Got you.
Yeah. I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. I'm interested. I mean, the Angel, you hear I see a lot of people comment, we wouldn't even know who Angel Reese is if it wasn't for Caitlin Clark. And maybe that's true, but it's also like everybody, like Caitlin Clark exists, but then the nemesis exists too,
Yeah,
right? Like,
absolutely.
or you know,
Need both.
you need it all.
Yeah.
Like everybody, like we're all pieces of the pie here.
Mhm.
So I do think though that the media, for whatever reason, has hyped up Caitlin. She is amazing, but it's like, did she break? Like, how much did she break these records? Like, was she the best women's college basketball player by a landslide? Like, no one's been close to her stats.
I don't know if it was a landslide, but definitely in the last decade, by far the best.
She's the
that we've
best
seen,
one,
yeah.
right? Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.